There's only $80 trillion in the world. $80 trillion is the amount of money that's in the world. It's a little bit, they figure it's a little bit in excess of $80 trillion. That means just to fix the United States, they need to take all the money from the world and then, oh yeah, we're going to need more money next year. Or, the next 12 trillion that you guys make, that's just free labor there. It's like everything they try and sell you. It's all ridiculous. It's all crazy. Welcome back to the War Room. I'm Scott Bronson, filling in for Owen Schroyer. Owen's going to be back again tomorrow. We've been talking about the various things that the Democrats try and sell you that actually don't actually believe in. They either don't believe in it, or when they try and put it in, it doesn't work. And they know it. But it's an easy way to get people to vote. And like we talked with Harrison, in hour one, you only have to win five cities to get the popular vote, and they keep trying to attack the Electoral College, and so these things become these are the vehicles that they're going to use in order to fix every election for them in their favor. I believe that Benjamin Franklin once said that, if you allow people, I'm paraphrasing here completely, but if you allow people to vote themselves money, the republic will be lost. It's something along those lines. And again, I probably butchered the quote because I don't have the mind of an Alex Jones that things like that lock in my head. So those are the things, but these are the vehicles that they're trying to use that they don't actually believe in. And if they did, why would Bernie be one of the people that, when they put the Affordable Care Act in place, why would Bernie and all these other people that wanted these healthcare things and said they were so great, why would they exempt themselves from it? It doesn't seem like you would do that. If it's a great deal, why wouldn't I want it? So now we're going to talk about the other thing that they like to get into. Climate change, or their grand way of shifting all the money in the world around. And for this, the vehicle that they're going to use is the Green New Deal. The Green New Deal is going to cost about $92 trillion was the number that I saw. $92 trillion for the Green New Deal, which will be, a lot of fantastic ideas in here. Like, if you don't want to work, you don't have to work. You should just get something anyways. We actually got the one before she took it off of her site here. So we can see what it did say. It's a bunch of hogwash. If you look at the 100 most polluted cities in the world, not a single U.S. city is on there. Not one. If you look at the 10 most, I'm guessing it's all probably India and China were the two big ones that I saw on the list I was looking at. There's not a single U.S. city on there. So why would we be the ones that you target for the Green New Deal? Well, we have the most money, and obviously the rest of the world's pollution is somehow our fault, because once again the Democrats feel that America is the worst country in the history of countries, and it needs to be stopped. It's a tyrannical government, so give us your guns. So you look at it, $92 trillion to get everything for the Green New Deal. The only problem with $92 trillion is I believe that is solely for the United States to follow the Green New Deal. There's only $80 trillion in the world. $80 trillion is the amount of money that's in the world. It's a little bit, they figure it's a little bit in excess of $80 trillion. That means just to fix the United States, they need to take all the money from the world and then, oh yeah, we're going to need more money next year. Or, the next 12 trillion that you guys make, that's just free labor there. It's like everything they try and sell you. It's all ridiculous. It's all crazy. And, like I said, in here, she talks about that everybody needs an affordable, adequate housing, an economic environment free of monopolies, economic security to all who are unable or unwilling to work. This was the original one that she put up. She had to take it down now because, well, she was only joking about it. It's like the 12 years thing. The earth only has 12 more years. Okay. She spouted that for months. And then the second that she got drawback on it, she put out videos where she did, not just the one video where she said it. She put out another, the cartoon one where she said it in that one. Beto's spouted off the 12-year thing. They all spout off these things, and they all do it while living in one of the cleanest countries in the world. One of the only countries in the world that land is actually valuable and reserved as national parks. You have anywhere from a desert to snow to mountaintops here. You have any sort of thing that you would want to see in America. And they think that we're the problem for the world. And they want you to give your money to them. Again, it's all about you giving something to them. They're taking something from you. It's not about, hey, let's work on the world and maybe we should stop using aerosol cans. Okay. When I was a kid, I was told that there was a hole in the ozone that would never close. It never closed, and it was caused by aerosol cans. Okay, let's not use aerosol cans then. So we switched it up. Magically, I believe that the hole got smaller. They predict these things in computer programs and formulas that they can enter whatever number they want. And if a scientist says, hey, I don't think this is right, they immediately jump on and say, well, the science is settled. I don't think I've ever heard a scientist ever say that the science was settled. I don't think a scientist has ever said that. In fact, I believe there's people out there that don't think that that gravity's the way that it was, what goes up must come down. They think it's something else. Okay. Scientists don't belittle those people. Well, 99.9% of the climate scientists say that this is real. No, they don't. No, they don't. Bill Nye, what a great engineer. He's not a scientist, though. He's an engineer. I mean, he in his video the other day, he talked about, are any of these free? Well, no, but everything that he had there was an option that's already invented. It wasn't he had a blanket, a thing of sand, and a fire extinguisher there. And all these things are things that are already invented to stop fires. He didn't have to say, you need to give me money and I'll figure out how to put this out. And again, it's a fire that he created. Is it settled? We don't know. But I do know that it's a way for the Democrats to try and grab a bunch of money. And they will. Again, a $92 trillion price tag, only $80 trillion in the world. Everybody should give us money. It's no wonder they love the Paris Climate Accord. It's the easiest way to take everybody's money is to get everybody together. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if people would pay attention, again, you have the top 100 most polluted cities in 2018. There's not a single an American city on this entire list. I see a bunch of Indias. I see a bunch of China. Wouldn't the best thing for them to do would be, if they really care about this, go to India and China and give them the technology needed to make their factories cleaner? Give them the smoke scrubbers. Give them all this stuff. But instead, what do? It's America's fault. It's America that did this. It's America that needs to pay for this. How long are you going to take it? How long are you going to let them keep reaching into your pocket to do nothing for you? I mean, it's your call. But for me, I'm done with it already.
Brian in Pennsylvania, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, so real quickly, I own the Alexa Pure Pro because I love my neighbor, but I refuse to drink their heart medication.
Well water is some of the most polluted stuff in the country because you got glyphosate, you got all your neighbor's medications that they're putting into a septic tank. That then goes into the groundwater and you drink it. So absolutely, the number one thing anybody can do. And by the way, I forget to do this again, man. When I drink filtered water, when I take the supplements, my life's so much better. When I forget, because I'm not Mr. Freaking Health, I feel it. So yes, tell me about not wanting to drink your neighbor's heart medication.
Well, where I live, and I think this is the same story for most of the country, our water filtration is based on a reverse osmosis system that was constructed around the turn of the century, and I have zero faith in local reporting on the quality of the water, and so I do all that I can do, and I purchased my own filter.
Well, look at Flint, Michigan. Their water is full of lead, mercury, poisons, E. coli. The answer is, everyone, if you're drinking water, you should filter it. And then I'll never forget David Hogg goes, Alex Jones on C-SPAN, he goes, little anti-gun guy, he says the water has toxins, and then he sells a water filter. Yeah, it's like saying your kids need vitamin C, and then I sell vitamin C. Or Jones says we need to wear shoes. We walk in the snow. Then he advertises shoes. Yes, exactly. But see, in his little brain, where everything is a scam, he thinks I'm scamming people when it's a direct sale. We have the best gravity-fed systems. Alexa Pure and Pro Pure are apples and oranges, but they're both excellent. Everyone needs it. Everyone should filter their water. This is the smartest thing you can do. It doesn't mean occasionally you don't drink some iced tea at a restaurant, but you need to filter your water. Your skin is your biggest organ. You absorb it there. You need filters on your shower or your bath. Exactly. And then you look at what's in the water table. It's insane.